No, he didn't.
Girl, he tried it. He tried it.
Did I leave out? Oh, no, he didn't. Oh, no. Hi, Patreon. Thank you so much for joining us. Where y'all been? We feel like y'all know we can see if you listen to this, right? Or watch this, right? Y'all know we can see it, right?
That's what I'm tired of this one. Y'all know we can see if y'all watch this.
Y'all know we can see this, right? Okay. So hopefully y'all are doing wonderfully well. And are enjoying the fun t-shirts.
Yes, that y'all still ain't posted. Anybody post a t-shirt?
Have y'all gotten your t-shirts? Can you let us know if you got the t-shirts?
I know how to do a separate post because y'all obviously not watching our videos and answering.
Obviously not watching the videos. We just want to know y'all got the shirts because we ain't seen none of y'all in them. Okay. So update for me. You guys know I'm not dating. I'm still very excited about that. And but y'all know I made a friend. I met him back in August in Las Vegas at a conference, James, and I've been trying to build a friendship with James. We have discussed James previously because I talk to him every day. We talk for hours sometimes. And I mentioned how you said things like, girl, you don't like him. Or he's been at his job 25 years. You don't like him. Or I've even talked about trying to set him up with a friend that he actually knew years ago. It was never in my mind that I liked him or didn't like him. I knew I wasn't interested in dating him. So I guess I never really paid attention to liking him or not liking him. I thought he was nice. He's a nice guy. He's very supportive. He's smart. He's funny. Thinks I'm great. So that was great. That was feeding something, I guess. So that's been since the beginning of August, and we talk pretty regularly. Sidebar, totally different man meets me. He writes for a paper locally. He asked if I would be interested in him doing a story on me. I said, sure. So I gave him my number in the context of, okay, you're going to do a story on me. He reached out to me and asked me to go to lunch. I have no interest in going to lunch. I did not acknowledge the text. And I kind of was annoyed that he used my phone number to ask me to lunch. Story hadn't happened. Like, this is the next day he's asking me to lunch. Because now it's like you got my phone number under false pretense, right?
You're a liar.
Like, who does that? And it's especially worse if I ain't attracted to you. Now, if I was attracted to you, be like, girl, he said he want to do a story, but now you want to go to lunch. It would have been cute. But know your lane. Know your lane. That's my point.
No, you know I wasn't attracted to you.
You know I didn't like you. You know you didn't have a shot. What are you doing?
Right.
And so then I never acknowledged or responded to his text about lunch. But then he sent a text like the next week, wishing me a great week. And it pissed me off. Because I said, well, this dude is not getting any feedback, any response, any encouragement from me to stay on this track. And he's just going to do what he wants to do with my phone number.
Right.
Well, when I had that realization and annoyance about this man who asked to do a story on me and ain't said nothing else about the story since, it brought to me the remembrance of when I met James. And James teaches a class. And he's like, oh, I would think you'd be great to talk to my class. And so when he first started calling, I would kind of bring up how he was calling me every day. Like, oh, okay, you should call me every day. He says, well, because I want you to talk to my class. I'm just vetting you, getting to know you, see if you'd be good to talk to my class. And it kind of was a joke at first because obviously he wasn't talking about that class no more.
Yeah.
Somewhere during the line, what would you say? Last week, 2 weeks ago, I got really agitated and annoyed in general. I didn't like nobody. It was bad.
Started 2 weeks ago, yeah.
And you offered me a very good piece of insight into what was probably annoying me about everybody. And you remember what that was?
Yeah. You were annoyed with just the world and nobody could make you happy. In fact, everybody pissed you off. So I just said that you're about to, have we shared about your embarkation?
I don't know if I've shared that. Okay, sidebar.
Made a word up embarkment.
Is that so sidebar, look, is this sidebar number 2 of this Patreon that y'all may or may not ever watch? So they might not even, we could tell them anything. They wouldn't know they ain't watching. So the plan right now is that I'll be relocating to Los Angeles at the top of next year, early next year. And by relocate, it's a temporary relocation. It's just a few months in my mind to just go see a man about a boat.
Right.
And so your theory was based on...
Yeah, my theory was based on her future plan or her, soon to be now plans of making this life change and going out there and doing all these things that are probably, just waiting on her to just be there. But because of that, nothing anybody else has going on right now is interesting to you.
It's bothering me that they've been talking to me about it.
Yeah. It's like,
I was mad. I was annoyed, y'all, that people went to the Jeezy concert.
Yeah. Yeah, she mentioned that. Like, why y'all? Yeah, I knew that's when we were like, okay, no, this ain't.
But you, can I tell you? I meant to tell you. I figured something else why that might have bothered me. Why people was going to the Jeezy concert?
Why?
Because I think I have PTSD from Jeezy. From remember when I dated the African and we used to have to always be places with Jeezy. And
yeah, no, I remember.
So I realized, I think this is a Jeezy thing for me.
Yeah. No.
Why is y'all going to a Jeezy concert? Yeah, I think so that might have been personal.
Yeah.
Well, the point was
because of that, she's so in tune to what she's got going on. And so if you're gonna be in my life, in my space, then I need you to have something worth my attention. And it just didn't. There's nothing.
It sounds so bad when you say it, but yeah, I mean, exactly that. It sounds horrible when you say it's like, is it that? That's what it is. No, but you know what? I am very sensitive to what I feel are people's conditioning, which means you grew up in America, that people's lives are passing them by. I'm very sensitive to that. And it ain't got to be people I know. I'm like, why are y'all doing? It's like, come on,
that's part of the empath in you.
Yeah.
And so that's a thing that you're gonna have. You're gonna
right. And it's almost the same as it's the same as when a man says that's why you're gonna die single or lonely, and we be like, that ain't bad.
Right.
Everybody don't feel the way about chasing dreams the way I do. And so I be projecting that.
So if somebody's talking about taking their cat to the vet on a Tuesday, and it's the worst thing they ever had to do in life, and you're like, I actually don't care. Like, why are you living life like this? Like, why don't you have bigger dreams? Why are you happy with the status quo?
I don't like it. So somebody who's been at their job for 25 years would probably bother me. But again, my friend told me, oh, I know you don't like him. He's been in his job 25 years because she knows me. Now, I don't care what job. It ain't none of my business. But if you're calling me every day, we got to have a plan for you to quit.
Because we're not going to be talking about this every day.
We can't be talking about this every day. I talked to this woman earlier today.
Especially a job that you're already familiar with, and it's like it went.
I didn't already quit the job you work. He works at a TV station. I already quit that job. Okay, but I talked to this lady earlier today. This lady over here in this little box. We didn't talk for a couple of hours, and by the time we talked again, I said, "Girl, let me tell you what all didn't happen since the last time I talked to you." And I was at my house, and none of it really was none of my business. But I appreciated that I had other folks' information. It's not gossiping. It's other folks' information for my entertainment.
Yeah, she was so excited. No, she really has had a great day of entertaining.
Great day of entertainment.
Like
other folks' stuff.
Yeah.
So do not try to be my friend and you ain't interested.
I started you off with some stuff today. I gave you some updates.
You did.
See?
And I was annoyed because I could have had it yesterday or early. I could have had it overnight. It's just, so I don't like when you have stuff because I feel like as soon as you tell me something, I immediately start backtracking to,
like, wait a minute, when did you
first told me this? Right? Because by the time you told me, I'd be like,
I knew when I called you this morning, it was going to be some...
Right. So no, I'm usually never satisfied when you call and tell me something because I immediately go to, so why didn't you tell me this yesterday? I really do, y'all. I don't appreciate waiting. Like, and here's the other part about it. What she told me today, I wasn't even waiting on. I didn't know.
No, that's the thing. You didn't know. It wasn't like you were waiting on an update from me about anything.
Because I didn't know nothing about it, which makes it worse. It makes it worse.
I think the waiting makes it worse. I think the waiting makes it worse.
No, because when I wasn't waiting, because I didn't know I was waiting, and then you told me, but there was no wait. It's like, so you took the wait away from me?
But the wait is worse. The wait is bad. Like, I don't like waiting on, just go and tell me what you're gonna tell me.
So you know what I do? Okay. So if the Dove Deep Moisture Nourishing Body Wash happens right here, you need to call me right here.
Yeah, that's who she is.
Right here. Yes. Because in my mind, the reason why so for her, something happened for me right here. I called her when it was right here because I don't know what all that's gonna happen between here and there. I'm not gonna remember everything.
Yeah.
I know. I said, let me tell you this in real time. I called you today to say, let me tell you this in real time because it just happened.
Cause
And
you,
then,
yeah, I will.
and then when I called you back hours later, I had 15 more things. Like, girl,
Because you remembered everything. Because it just happened.
get your weight up is all I'm saying to anybody in my life. Get your weight up.
She's sick
I
of
want to
y'all.
hear some stories.
She's sick
I
of
want to
y'all.
be entertained.
You've
I
been
want to
saying
be
that to
taught.
me pretty much all the time, the whole time we've known each other. In so many words. When we were at the station, you ain't got no man, because y'all ain't got nothing to talk about with me. So tell me no, y'all ain't got no stories from the weekend. So this has been who Eunice has been to me.
I'm literally bothered by people who don't interest me. Like I say, I'm literally bothered. And I even said to you a couple weeks ago when I was agitated, I said, I do feel like the king, and I'm like, bring in the court jester. And when you don't make me laugh, off with his head. I literally want to punish people. I teach a stand-up comedy class, and I was so mad at my class because nobody was funny, to the point I had to say, are y'all trying to be funny? Because
Okay, so have we even finished the story?
so let me get back to James.
We did not. We just went on a whole tangent.
It was a stream of consciousness. That's how our conversations go. Oh yeah, y'all still wait, Patreon, y'all still here? Okay. So back to James. So because this other man had misused and misappropriated using my phone number, I realized James has been doing it for 2 months and I've been answering the phone. And I've been telling James, I don't want to date. Hey, I know I don't want to date because you're a great guy and I have no interest in dating you. And it became kind of a little tongue-in-cheek joke. And James had said he'll wait 5 years for me to be ready to date. And I was like, don't do that. And he says, okay, well, it might be 6 or 7. Ha ha ha. You know, all the jokes. And when I got agitated a couple of weeks ago and I couldn't put my finger on what was bothering me, my friend offered me this idea of I'm excited about my next adventure. And so everything that's about right now, I don't want to talk about it no more. I'm not talking about it no more. I'm not talking about that no more. I'm on to something else. But it was an additional thing that was actually bothering me. And it was the fact that I was in a de facto, ipso facto relationship for 2 months.
Absolutely.
And I had started carrying the emotional burden of a relationship because he would say things, if I hadn't talked to him in a day or two, he would say, well, I hadn't talked to you in a couple of days.
Doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. We don't have to talk every day. Or we would get off the phone. Okay, well, I'll tell you, wait, you get off the phone. I mean, normally we talk, but we ain't talking about that. Goodbye. And so then I'm now trying to be nice to him because I don't want to talk to him no more. I don't want to talk to him every day. I don't want to respond to his good morning sunshine text he sends it. I don't want to do none of that. But y'all know why I don't want to do that? Because I don't want to be in a relationship. I don't want to do that with nobody. And I didn't notice that some of my internal angst was coming from being in a relationship. And I was feeling the way I feel when I'm in a relationship. And that's why I decided to retire, because I said, I don't think I like the way it feels when I'm in a relationship. And I started feeling that. So now I have not communicated, y'all, any of this to James. This happened last week that I really started noticing, I don't like this. It was, and again, y'all, he is so nice, so kind. I don't have nothing bad to say about James other than he decided to go ahead and be in a relationship with me without my permission.
Yeah.
And I was somehow unknowingly participating every time I answered the phone.
Yeah.
So we had a conversation.
That was 2 weeks ago, because I think we were on the podcast a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, you were real short with him.
That was a couple of weeks ago.
That annoyingness started then. Yeah.
It started then. And it probably started before that.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I think I unconsciously am kind of, because I don't want him to think I like him or I want to be with him in that way, but I'm also not trying to just be mean to somebody.
Yeah.
But it was all of that. And I could not put my finger on what is it that's bothering me? Something is bothering my soul. And it was that I felt like I had to respond to this person. I felt like I had to be accessible to this person. I felt like I needed to be available to this person. I felt like I need to ask him about his fantasy football. I won't do none of that on purpose. So last Monday night, he and I were talking, and we were talking about his high blood pressure. And he was talking about some things he didn't want to necessarily do to lower it. And so I was like, well, you probably shouldn't keep monitoring it if you're not going to do nothing to lower it. And then at some point I said, you know what? I don't care. He said, why would you say you don't care? Because I don't. And I wouldn't say that to somebody.
Yeah.
And, I said, well, I don't have a horse in this race. That's what I said to him. And he's like, well, I mean, no, we're not in a relationship, but we've developed a relationship of caring for each other. And I was just like, see, this is the thing. Hey guys, I don't want to care about nobody right now. I don't have the capacity to care about nobody. I don't want to, have no interest. So we kind of wrapped up the conversation. I had a trip the next day. I said, well, let me go ahead and go. I need to go and pack. He was, oh, wait, you're going to get out the phone. I was like, yeah, I need to go get some stuff done. And your game is about to start. So, I'll talk to you later. That was it. The next day, he did not text me good morning sunshine like he normally does, which was a huge relief because I don't like it. He texted me that evening to say good luck with your job you're about to go do. I did not acknowledge it or responded. That was Tuesday evening. He has not called or texted since, which I'm very good with.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also curious about why he hasn't. Do you think he has a self-awareness to say, she don't want to talk to me anymore?
I would hope that would be the reason. I would hope so.
You think that's it? I do find it odd that he hasn't sent a text like, hey, hope you're okay. Hey, hadn't talked to you, hope you're well. I think the fact that I haven't heard from him, I think he is self-aware enough to know she was feeling like she was in a relationship. She kept telling me she did not want to be in a relationship.
Because the last time I talked to you before, you knew that y'all weren't going to talk again, or y'all, this period, non-communication was going to go on. You said something to the effect of, I don't even want to have a conversation to break up with somebody who I'm not in like that was burdening you. It was like
because somebody I was
on you.
I
like,
had told
why
somebody
do
else
I have to break up with somebody that I'm not in a relationship with? But God always gives you an out, because you had that same situation happen with another guy.
Sean, y'all, I'm telling you, men can read my last conversation. I don't say goodbye. I don't say I'm never talking again. I just say, well, all right then. Mm-hmm. And it's something about these men know, do not reach out to this woman again. She's not going to answer the phone. She's not going to answer the phone ever again. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I promise you, my actual boyfriend never called or texted me again. And I remember the last thing he said was, well, I was just calling to hear my girlfriend's voice. And I said, all right then, bye. And he never called again, never texted again, thankfully. And with this guy, again, he's a nice guy, but I'm not going to even like hunt him up to be like, hey, just saying, because it wasn't that. And I don't need that. And I don't want to care about nobody's feelings. And y'all, when you're in a relationship, that would make you a bad partner. The way I feel, I would be a bad girlfriend. I would not be good to date. And that's why I'm not dating, is because I don't want to be the monsters that I've dated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's who I would be right now. I don't want to ask you about your day. I don't want to talk to you every day. I don't want to keep in touch. I don't want to make plans. I'm focused on me. And now I've dated all them dudes. Mm-hmm. And it's like, why would you on Bumble if that's where you at? Yeah. I would be wrong to be swiping on Bumble right now.
Mm-hmm. Right. Correct.
So let us know what you think. I mean, I did want to build a friendship with a man, and I was excited that I thought I was building a friendship with a man. But at this point, I'm honest enough with myself to say he wasn't my friend, and he didn't want to be my friend. He wanted to date me.
Never wanted to be your friend.
He never wanted to be my friend. Yeah. And again, doesn't make him a bad guy at all.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe that's a podcast for another day. Can men and women be friends? I have been friends where there's never been a past relationship, or there's no future relationship, and we're friends. But can you do that in all circumstances? I don't know.
Yeah.
You have guy friends, but not a lot of them. But you have guy friends.
No, yeah, I have less and less now than I did back in the day. But that's just because a lot of them, when they get married and stuff like that, it's like that type of friendship ends. Sorry, somebody calling me, texting me. But yeah, so no.
I mean, I would like to have
I don't think his intention was ever to be a friend. I think that, and once you got real mean to him, and he did text you and tell you to have a good day, and you didn't respond. So that was his clue right there to say, you know what, let me not. Good luck on your audition or whatever.
Right. But what's bad is when someone says, I hope everything went well, and that bothers you. When somebody says, good morning, sunshine, it bothers you. Like that's a real thing, y'all.
Yeah, the last guy I dated for a period of time, he tried to rekindle something, and he texted me the next morning, good morning. I had to nip that in the bud. Like, no, we're not going back there.
Don't
No.
do that. And I think when men do that, I think they think women want communication, women want consistency, and so they will send you the exact same good morning text every morning.
Yeah. And they'll send it to multiple women.
Several and many. And I told James, I said, because one day he didn't text me. And I said, well, you don't have to text me every day. I said, I don't want to be in a relationship. One of the reasons of many, I don't like the perfunctory nature, the routine
But that's
of
not just relationships. You don't like perfunctory in anything.
anything.
Like nothing.
If this Monday was anything like last Monday, I'm ready to jump off a bridge.
We used to shoot these skits, y'all, at the station.
Oh, I don't even know what she's about to say, but
No, it didn't matter how.
I can hear you. I can hear you talking about me. Go ahead.
We used to shoot them and put them on social media. We went viral a couple of times with some of our
A
stuff.
few times. We went viral.
But we used to shoot them, and it was so funny because news people have an image that they want to uphold, and a lot of times, what?
I know what you're about to say.
What I'm about to say?
That I wouldn't let them do it more than once.
Exactly. It was one take, and that was it. And they would lose their mind. She's like, no, we're not doing it again. I don't care what y'all did. This is done. Because anything else we do after this is a show.
It's contrived.
We're not.
Anything after this is contrived. I don't want to do contrived. That's so funny you brought that up. That is very true. I am very anti. Listen, the first season of a reality show is the only one I'm gonna watch.
Because it's the most pure. After that, they've seen themselves on TV. They know what they look like. They know what they sound like, and they adjust accordingly.
You watch any of these Real Housewives shows, only watch the first season because after that, now they got glam at their house for every. And it's like they just be at the house looking like this. It's not authentic because now they see what they look like. They see what, and now they got to change. And then if I wasn't on the show last year, I saw last season, so I'm gonna create a character to be. I don't like that. Y'all being on the news every day at the same time doing the same story, and it's a wheel. It's weather, traffic, weather and traffic on the ones.
For 3 hours.
I quit. I cannot. By the time I would get to that 11 o'clock midday show, I'd be like, "Yo, we can talk about some other stuff at 11." Y'all really asked me to come here and do the same thing every day? I cannot do it. I can't. I cannot. And so a relationship, or at least the relationships and men I have been offered, I have never wanted to do them every day.
I think that's a topic for another day. We were talking about that this morning, the perfunctory part of a relationship and how it doesn't necessarily make a man bad, but it's not necessarily attractive to all of us. That's not, some women want that. Some people want that and some people don't. And so I can look back at some of my relationships and be like, yeah, that was too routine for me. I was not going to be happy.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like
I'm not
that.
as bad as you.
And again, they might be hearing I'm being consistent. And you know what, from James' point of view, you know what James would be able to say? It might not be not true.
Right.
Women don't want a nice guy.
Yes. That's fit. Yes.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yes.
I mean, text her good morning. I would wish her luck. I would speak life into her. He was such a nice guy.
Yeah.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. And I'm not going to apologize for it because a lot of women end up with nice guys that they don't like because you don't want to act like you don't want a nice guy. And you can be a nice guy and fun and interesting and exciting. You can and be nice. Yeah. You can do that.
Be all of that.
Can you not?
Right.
I just don't want no guy right now. So it didn't matter what form he took. And I'm also curious, if it was somebody who went at their job for 25 years playing fantasy football, could I have been moved in my retirement? I mean, he wasn't the one that was gonna move me,
I never thought he was the one that would. So
you would always say to me, "You don't like him." I'm like, I ain't trying to like him. He's my friend. I ain't gotta like him, And then it wasn't until bing, you taking the emotional burden and labor on for a person you're not dating that you don't like. And so that's why I said I'm not going to call him and tell him how I'm feeling because I've told him this every day for 2 months that you should be dating. Hey, you need to be talking to some other women. Hey, we ain't got to talk every day. Hey, you don't need to be texting me every day. I was saying this over and over again. He'd be like, I know. Talk to you tomorrow. And it was like, okay. But I felt like if I have to call and tell this man, like break up with this man that I'm not even with, I'm going to really be bothered with a lot of things. But I'm glad he went away. And again, he is a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I hope I never have to talk to him again.
Right.
Oh, well, y'all. Pray for your girl. I'm in a space where I think I think what will make me most excited right now, because I've been thinking about it, like what's going to excite you? The adventure in Los Angeles is more scary than exciting right now, because there's so much stuff I got to figure out before that. So right now it's not overwhelming, but it's more scary, but I'm still moving forward with it. So, but what I think would excite me right now would be making a lot of money for doing something I enjoy, or
Right.
seeing some of my work coming to life beyond an
Right.
idea. And I think that's what I'm most passionate about is, oh, I wrote that, or oh, look, that was my idea. Oh, look, that's my episode, kind of thing. And I just want to be clear and focused on me to enjoy it all.
Right. That's all.
And I'm coming up on my year anniversary, by the way. Do you know that?
What year anniversary?
Excuse me?
Huh?
My year anniversary of retirement.
Oh. Wow.
This is the week, this week. I don't know what today is. This past week has been the week of the infamous Indiana trip.
Oh wow.
And that's pretty much when I was done.
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, I think I'm good on this. And from this week last year, when the guy I was dating disappeared for a trip, while I was supposed to take a trip to see him, and he disappeared and didn't call me for a month. That was around the time I said, I don't think I'm gonna do this again. He kept trying. And when I say trying, I mean very loosely, not really trying, but through New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
But I was done October of this week. So yeah, I'm coming up on a year. Yeah. So congratulations to me. I made it a year without dating. I've had a wonderful year. I'd like to thank the Academy for the nomination and everyone who helped.
Oh, Lord mercy. Anyway.
Yeah, I done got so bad. People tell me about their man or the man they date, and I just be sitting there like, good luck, girl. You'll be back. You'll be back. It's all fun and games. All right, guys. Could you let us know you got your shirts? Or watch the episode? Or leave a comment?
Click like or something.
If not, we're gonna start sending police to your houses to do some welfare checks. We're worried about you because you ain't worried about us. Until next time. Oh no, he didn't.
Girl, he called. Yes, he did.
That's him calling. That's not him.